I can tell you that give them like 2-3 months. Gradually, it will die off and we'll get back to normal business, as it were.
Apart from Tompolo, the unions, the workers there have indicted the military, and I've asked the military to come out in their full chest to admit that they conspire to steal Nigeria's crude. Amaechi, from the first time the first vessel was built,
his cross indictments. Recall former Comptroller General of Customs,
also said something.
Hamid Ali also indicted NNPC officials.
So from the first vessel that was set ablaze, when Tantita, the Tompolo company, came into business, up till now, what happened in between? What investigation happened? What revelation happened? Did you get any fact, any evidence? And beyond that, Amaechi, it's unfortunate that in Africa, in Nigeria, we don't value the next person's law, where it starts from. We're only concerned about our own. You destroy such a massive equipment on the high sea, you are destroying the environment, environmental hazard. Where are the environmental rights activists? Where are the aquatic rights activists? He's a footballer that kicked his cat the other time in London, and he was prosecuted. He paid £250,000. So where are these rights? You just blow the tin in the air that you are destroying it.
And
we are spending a lot for climate change issues. And
now you mentioned Asari Dokubo's visit to Asura Presidential Villa. He went there to see President Tinubu.
And his friend.
His
friend.
An associate. He left that meeting and came to the briefing room where you speak to journalists after major events and meetings. And under his seat was the coat of arms, conferring authority, kind of, representing the Nigerian state. And he indicted the military heavily, without mincing words, without sugarcoating the allegations. He indicted them.
Could it be what they discussed with the president that he let us know?
The various services attempted to deny, and they think that's where it has
been. Give names.
Now, where Nigeria has gotten to is that by engaging in contract with Tantita, the Nigerian military and the Nigerian state have accepted that they lack the capacity and they cannot police our territory and our workers. You can say countries do it, such as the Wagner Group in Russia. The US do it. But the more you depend on them, the more you're losing your powers. Now, there could be other contracts signed by non-state actors, armed non-state actors, to police our assets. And that indictment is so heavy that the military must respond, apart from the statement they issued. Whether it's the response we are seeing, whether it's part of it, we don't know. But if I'm a member of the military, I will feel ashamed that a civilian who has gotten information and is directly accusing me and the institution I represent of engaging in crime against the state that you're supposed to protect.
You know how long Tompolo has been in this issue, on this issue? He has been there for long. During the militancy issue, he has been there, so he knows, and he stays and lives in Port Harcourt, and he understands the terrain. So if he's speaking truth, and it behoves on the authority, the military hierarchy that have deployed persons there. I've been to the creeks, Amaechi, and I've seen the joint task force inside the creek, inside the water, doing their job. Yes, they do their work, but have they soiled their fingers? Yes or no? We need evidence. I think Nigerians need evidence. Purge yourself of this accusation and let us know that, yes, we have a headway. Tantita is a surveillance, point of correction, sorry. The military has been doing their best to protect our territorial integrity. But the issue of pipeline surveillance, that is the contract Tantita has. Have they done enough in
surveillance and protection?
Yeah, and protection of that national asset?
Amaechi, there was a presidential committee on this oil theft.
Headed by the head of the Amnesty program,
the Major General. They actually submitted a report, and all of that.
A report?
Yeah.
Okay.
The report.
And they tell we wait for white paper. White paper will come.
The end of the administration of President Buhari, perhaps the Tinubu administration should look at it.
And Tede,
Before
in
they
that
set up
report,
their
you see
another
the truth.
The truth,
And
yeah.
nothing but the truth.
The truth, exactly.
But you will not hear of that report.
Certainly.
White paper will come now.
Certainly. So the Tinubu administration should take a look at that, because the next thing now will be for him or his government to also commission another committee to go around or to investigate, to probe. The National Assembly, they say they are probing subsidy that they probe
know
over
they are
time.
probe. They are probe many times that amounts to naught.
Nothing.
They want a fair share. Yes, we state it boldly here that most of the probes that come from the National Assembly is just disguised to really get their fair share. There are some of them that have been fruitful. They took to logical conclusion. But there were many, just when they will start, those that are probing will accuse them of having interest and corruption. It's left for the 10th National Assembly to prove Nigerians otherwise. And if the President Tinubu lacks courage to deal with this oil theft, if he lacks courage to indeed implement the report, the Gerardo report that was submitted to him, let him publicize it. At least we can name and shame. Let it be what we can do. If he cannot implement what is contained in there.
He has a lot on his hands, actually, the president, and he has shown readiness to work. He said it's his life ambition, and if you are pursuing something as a life ambition, Amici, 60 days is enough for you to even begin to see positive signs. So he should buckle up and know that those reports should not gather dust. If we need a white paper to those reports, yes, release the white paper, and if you want to review the report, go ahead, and let's know that something is happening.
I think he was the one who said none of his family members is involved in the oil business.